I just turned off the air conditioning because I didn't want the noise to be here. But I wanted to run this by you. Would you believe this if someone was messaging you this all of a sudden? This is a guy I kind of followed on Instagram and vice versa. I was just kind of following people, whoever would follow back. So I didn't know the guy. So he basically wanted me to text him. Like first he sent me pictures of him and he's like, you like? And I'm like, yeah. And he says he lives in Texas. And then he says, text me. And then he gives me his phone number. And then he just like disappears, right? And I'm like, I'm international. I'm not in the US, I'm in Canada. Do you have WhatsApp? And then it took a while before he replied, blah, blah, blah. It was like a lot of distance between each message on Instagram. It's why you having a conversation with me. It's not like text or email, but it's like if you're starting a conversation, continue it. Especially if you want me to text you, but I'm not going to text you and spend money if I don't even know you. And I have no intention to go to Texas, and I have no idea what your intentions are, So I'm learning, right? Dealing with people who just kind of pop into your life, poof, and all of a sudden, it was calling me baby from the get, or from the jump, and I'm like, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well. So, I couldn't connect with him on WhatsApp. It just wasn't going through. So then finally he messages me on WhatsApp, and he says, the usual, hello handsome, and like, hey. And every time he says often, how's your day going? How are you doing today? Like, terrible conversation if you're doing it after every sentence, Listen to this. Hello handsome, hey, that's me. How are you doing today? That's him. I'm okay, how are you? I'm fine. And then he texts me again, how's your day going? And then I text back, it's good, I'm eating now, then going to relax. You? And then he texts back, I'm resting too. Okay. Going into, like, he was asking me what my profession is, and I told him I'm a personal trainer and massage therapist. You. And then he writes me this big ass paragraph. Not that you need to read it. I'll read it. So he had already said on Instagram that he's in Texas, because we had discussed where you're located. So he says, by virtue of introduction, I'm staff, well, I'll say the whole thing, why not? By virtue of introduction, I'm Staff Sergeant Alex Filipowski, 1st Battalion. Oh, now I see it's Filipowski. But his Instagram, he writes he's Santiago. Okay, so he's Jewish and not Latino. I don't know. Oh, I didn't even notice that. 121st Infantry of Georgia's 48th Brigade Combat Team, presently and currently stationed here at FOB Salerno I Camp in Khost, Afghanistan, as part of the troops still remaining to complete the later part of the war plan. My military education includes the United States Military Academy at West Point, New York, class of 1989, infantry officer basic and advanced courses, Armed Forces, Staff College, and the U.S. Army War College Senior Fellowship at the Hoover Institution, Michigan University. You could have just said you're a soldier. I didn't care about this shit. Really? Why are you wasting up my phone space with this? Really? So, And I write back, so you're in Afghanistan right now, not Texas? And then he writes back, I'm here in Kabul, hun. And I said, okay. And he says, any problem with that? I said, that's really international. And then I replied to his question, what do you mean exactly? So then he replies to my question, do you have any problem with me staying in Kabul? What the fuck do I care if you're in Kabul? I have no intention on dating you. You're too far in Texas as it is. You know, day we meet. I don't even know you. So, I replied back, I know that. Like to his question, do you have any problem with me staying in Kabul? I said, I know that. What I mean, what does that have to do with me that you're in Kabul? So I'm really confronting this because it's like, what are your intentions? I have unless you're moving to Montreal or something, then this is pretty useless. All right, so so he writes, but I'm really interested in you if you don't mind. You could be interested in me. So I write, of course not. What are your intentions being you are in Kabul? That's the question. And then he writes, I won't be here forever. So then I write back, okay, so what are your intentions, sweet pea? With a kiss. And then he writes back, I'll make plans to go home when the time comes. So then I replied to that statement and I said, okay, you didn't answer my question though. Then he replies back, what's the question? I reply back, what are your intentions regarding me being that we just met online and you in Kabul/Texas? Are you expecting to date me? He replies back, yes. And then another huge paragraph. Wow. Shit. He writes, this will be the first time I'm reading it, because when people send me paragraphs like this that aren't solicited, I skim. I look for 1 or 2 words and then I try to answer that, because I can't. Okay, so he writes, I am on national assignment at Afghanistan and things here are a bit calm now. This is my second mission here and I have been here for almost 9 months now. I use my leisure time to search for the love of my life because I figured out lately that I need to love again. I want to love and be loved. I want to settle down again. I have been lonely for years now. I have also been in the service for the past 17 years and now I am looking forward to retirement. I'm affectionate, love cuddling, kissing, holding hands. I'm very romantic and love to be romanced, pampered and treated like a special man. I am just an admired person looking for the real meaning of love. I am sweet, caring, understanding, patient, humble. I love people who accept who I am, responsible, am rich in good spirit and willing to share the real meaning of love to the right person. I love feeling secure and being sure that I can trust and be trusted. I love companionship that allows for having one's own space as well. This was out of a Cinderella movie, right? Why don't you date someone in the military? Why don't you, That's ridiculous. So, I don't know how it is now in the military. Don't know how it was before. Was it the don't tell, don't ask, don't tell? I think that isn't there anymore, but let me know if you know what's going on in the military. So, I write back, so how do you expect to date someone in Canada? There are many nice guys in Texas from whom I met online. Whom I've met online, sorry. It looks like the best place to meet men. It's true, I mean there's so many great men. I've seen that. So, then he writes back, I'm not really looking for any man. I really felt secured with you. You felt secured with me from an Instagram page. A few pictures. Woo! Shit. And I write back from an IG page. I was going to say, really? And then I get another paragraph. Let's read this one. I am willing to relocate provided that the relationship is moving in a long-term serious direction. Oh, provided. All of these conditions. Like how you expect to start the relationship. If you're not relocated. through WhatsApp text? Really? a couple sound bites? Really? So he continues, I am not interested in bopping around trying men out. Wow. Well, how else are you going to meet men? What is this, the 19th century where you're arranged and then you don't look elsewhere and then your husband goes off to what is it, the officer and the gentleman type thing, you know what I mean? Oh boy. If you have a different culture, maybe, arranged marriage and then you stick with that person and that's that, but this isn't it. This is not it. So you gotta bop around and try things out. Alright, so he writes, I am not interested in bopping around trying men out on a more serious side. I am not about having sex with just anyone. I must have feelings for the person and he for me. There must be that deep-seated trust before I can move to the sexual side. There are just too many diseases out there, and to be honest, I have seen what they can do to a life if you are careless sexually. I wouldn't want that for anyone I know or care about. Don't get me wrong, though, if the relationship were to get to that phase, I am completely into pleasing my man, and then he writes completely in capitals. Good for you. So then I write, okay, let's wait till we can go on a date before the long speeches. That's what I wrote. And then he writes, okay then. And then he writes again, what have you been doing today? Again, how's your day? It's the same day. I said I worked a bit, then gym, then ate, then relaxed, but chatting people up right now. I was like, people were texting me online, on apps, so I just let them know that I'm talking to people. And then I write, but I need to work some and make a smoothie, LOL. And then again, so how was your day? I said it was good, was relaxing now. Gonna finish off some work before bed. And then I didn't hear from him. Until I decided to check the app just before I shot this video. Guess he saw I was online. Then a message pops up. And we're 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? This was at 2:45. Oh, where's it 3:45? Why? It says 2:45. I don't know, maybe, I don't know how this works. Maybe the message pops up when I actually log into WhatsApp, I don't know. So, he writes, I know you must be sleeping. I just wanted to let you know that I'm just coming back from patrol. So I replied back with 2 smiley faces and then a hug. So, what do you think?